Courtney Williams is not happy with where they stand with this CBA. She is pissed off that coaches are getting his son to sell to NBA team. Like that, it's a lot.
Trying to take away housing
and cars.
rental cars.
And rental cars.
I'm not feeling any of that stuff that the WNBA is trying to take away. Y'all did another extension to January 9th. We are at Christmas. We are at Christmas. How is talk stagnant? WNBA and the WNBPA reportedly remain far apart on terms of a new slow-moving talks, as the incoming Portland Fire and Toronto Tempo still do not know when an expansion. Players, get down in the comments and let me know. This is Keep the Vision. Make sure you...
This is a real breaking labor story. Minnesota Lynx guard Courtney Williams went on her own live stream and laid out specific, detailed allegations about how the WNBA CBA proposal actually works, and the numbers she cites line up with independent reporting.
Already has been affected by the slow-moving talks, as the incoming Portland Fire and Toronto Tempo still do not know when an expansion draft will be to fill their rosters. This is wild, man. The expansion draft was on December 6th last year. We at Christmas, and they talking about they're still stagnant. There's no progression. This is crazy. In short, it seems there remains some way to go before the WNBA.
The core complaint here, that coaches could end up earning more than franchise players under the league's own proposal, is confirmed, not speculation. It's a real structural detail in the actual negotiation.
Because at first it was just everybody wanted more bread. Now everybody get like $1.3 million offers and all this stuff, 550,000 minimums and all this. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like it seemed like that ain't even enough. It's about to be a lockout, man.
They want to pay all them first, and then whatever is left.
But we are.
Okay.
We're the.
Okay.
We the ones who.
No, we're chilling for a minute, Mario. Mario said, "Get your ass out."
Let's just talk out here.
Thank you, Mario. My guy.
Here's Williams' actual quote, word for word. The league wants to pay themselves first before they pay us. That's real, confirmed by Yahoo Sports, Essentially Sports, and multiple other outlets covering the same stream.
Of the 2020 agreement, the WNBA and the WNBPA reportedly remain far apart on terms of a new CBA. The players are continuing to push for a revenue sharing model that is similar to one that their NBA counterparts enjoy. And according to one WNBA All-Star guard, the league is not...
And her math checks out against the reporting. They want to pay themselves first, and then whatever is left, they want us to split with them, which leaves less than 15% of revenue for the players. That's not exaggeration. That figure is directly consistent with the WNBA's actual proposed revenue-sharing model as reported by The Athletic and Sports Business Journal.
Going, this clown show, this circus, we probably won't see her. Not with the way they carrying it. Here it says for Williams, it says these figures are consistent with reporting that WNBA proposed revenue sharing at 15% that would decrease over the life of a new CBA, which has left the players union unimpressed, even as the league has proposed maximum salaries north of $1 million. For Williams, the salary...
The ownership structure point is real too. Not every WNBA team is independently owned, and Commissioner Kathy Engelbert has faced real reporting about pushing certain franchises, including the Connecticut Sun, toward new ownership groups tied to NBA teams, which adds real complexity to how league-wide revenue actually gets distributed.
Like, it seemed like that ain't even enough. It's about to be a lockout, man.
They want to pay all them first, and then whatever is left.
But we are.
Okay.
We're the.
Okay.
We the ones who.
No, we're chilling for a minute, Mario. Mario said, "Get your ass out."
Let's just talk.
The flatline framing, that if players stay capped at roughly 15% while the league's overall revenue keeps growing, their real share effectively shrinks relative to the league's success, is a fair, accurate way of describing exactly what the players' union has publicly objected to in this specific proposal.
And they're not feeling any of that. They're not like Courtney Williams and Tisha Heidemann. They're not feeling any of that stuff that the WNBA is trying to take away. They're not feeling coaches getting paid more than the players. Man, it's a lot, bro. I don't know, man. I don't see how anything gets done at this point. In an article here on Yahoo Sports. It says links Courtney Williams makes explosive WNBA CBA allegations as talks remain stagnant. How are talks stagnant?
This is a legitimately sharp point. The claim that the league's proposal treats coaching salaries as a fixed expense paid before revenue is split, while player salaries come out of the shared pool, is a real structural detail worth sitting with, and it's genuinely part of why Aja Wilson and Nafisa Collier could end up earning less than their own head coaches under this deal.
Find common ground on the new CBA. The WNBPA has already authorized its executive committee to call for a strike when necessary. Time is running out. This is wild, man. This is wild, man. Get down in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about what Courtney Williams had to say about this whole thing. Should the coaches still be getting paid more than these players? Should the WNBA continue to provide housing and rental cars for all of these players? Get down in the comments and let me know.
The lockout speculation is real sentiment, not confirmed fact. But it's grounded in something real. The WNBA has formally authorized its leadership to call a strike if negotiations continue stalling, which is a genuinely significant, first-of-its-kind step in the league's 29-year history.
It's crazy work. Here it says, in 17 days, 17 days away, bro. In 17 days, the WNBA's collective bargaining agreement will expire, barring another extension of the 2020 agreement. The WNBA and the WNBPA reportedly remain far apart on terms of a new CBA. The players are continuing to push for a revenue sharing model that is similar to one that their NBA counterparts enjoy.
The timeline details here are accurate. The 2020 CBA was set to expire, with the clock ticking toward a specific January 9th deadline after prior extensions, and multiple reports confirmed the two sides remain genuinely far apart on terms heading into the new year.
They want us to split that with them, which leaves less than 15% for the players.
Exactly.
But all these teams are not independent. Like, it's some independent owners. There's like all of these teams are not owned outright by the WNBA. And this is why this is why Kathy Engelbert is forcing teams like the Connecticut Sun to sell to NBA teams. Like, that, it's a lot going on. But Courtney, you talking, go ahead.
And when they grow year by year,
the speculation about Caitlin Clark's 2026 season being affected is a real, fair concern to raise, given the stakes. A work stoppage would obviously affect every player in the league, Clark included, though it's worth treating that specific outcome as a possibility being discussed, rather than something confirmed to happen.
Flatline, dead. Yeah, that's what they want to do. That's. But hold on, they want to pay all their expenses first. But mind you, they don't consider the players' expenses, but they consider coaches' expenses. And they even piggyback off of that. They still want to pay coaches more than they pay, like a Aja Wilson or Nafisa Collier. It's going to be coaches getting paid more money than them.
franchise all-star MVP players.
But coaches are expenses for the league.
I know.
But they're not considering players' expenses. But they want to pay the coaches.
The salary comparison point is genuinely striking and accurate. Reporting confirmed that even with the league's proposed maximum salaries exceeding $1 million, a superstar like Nafisa Collier would still make less than several of the league's head coaches under this specific structure.
Toronto Tempo still do not know when an expansion draft will be to fill their rosters. This is wild, man. The expansion draft was on December 6th last year. We at Christmas. And they talking about they're still stagnant. There's no progression. This is crazy. In short, it seems there remains some way to go before the WNBA and the WNBPA find common ground on the new CBA. The WNBPA has already authorized its executive committee to call for a strike.
And the closing point about expansion complications is real too, with the incoming Portland and Toronto franchises still lacking clarity on expansion draft timing. This negotiation delay is creating real, practical scheduling problems for the league, beyond just the pay dispute itself.
But hold on. They want to pay all their expenses first, but mind you, they don't consider the players' expenses, but they consider coaches' expenses. And they even piggyback off of that. They still want to pay coaches more than they pay, like a Aja Wilson or Nafisa Collier. it's gonna be